There are very few games out there that have ever made me genuinely consider trying a new hobby, and Driftwood is one of those games. Made by just one artist and one programmer, this downhill longboarding game provides a wholly unique sports offering with its fluid motion and player control. On top of that, the audio and visual design of Driftwood works in tandem with the gameplay to elevate the whole experience above the sum of its parts. I know it might come off as strange for me to speak this passionately about a hill-bombing sloth game, but I simply have to give it the praise it deserves for being as good as it is. My opinion is that Driftwood should also be much more popular than it is, and here's why. First and foremost, the gameplay is really good. As with any sports game, smooth and responsive controls are the top priority, and they knocked it clean out of the park here. The control scheme they built for the longboarding is so intuitive and satisfying to use. Each input gives you full agency over what's happening on screen. The controls are easy to pick up, but leave plenty of room for full mastery in the hands of a skilled player. The best part is that you don't need to learn by going out of your way to memorize button combos or attack patterns or anything like that. You will improve quickly just by playing and learning from your mistakes. When I started playing, I could not turn at high speeds without completely spinning out. But after only an hour, I could feel myself understanding the right moments to start slowing down or to start a drift line. And by the end of my playthrough, I just felt like I was one with the board at that point. That kind of natural progression can be easily fumbled in games by making the skill curve too overwhelming at first or too simple to provide growth opportunities after that initial starting point. Finally, do know that it's a mandatory controller game, so you will need one to play Driftwood. Mouse and keyboard will not work at all. However, while that's normally a very valid criticism to levy against PC games, it's pretty inconsequential here. I can truly say that keyboard controls would make it a completely different experience and a worse one at that. The controls are great, but what about the rest of the gameplay? It's also pretty good in my opinion. You're making runs on 15 different courses in order to rack up the highest score, race the fastest time, and beat the various challenges offered on each one of them. You get to customize your board and wheels to best fit the course's design and your objective for that run. One example of that might be how if you want to score a lot of drift points, you'll take wheels with lower grip. This system has you making decisions before starting a run, and then there's also decisions to be made during it as well. The course is not a set path. The branching paths allow you to explore and attack the course how you want to. There are no checkpoints, just the finish line. And how you get there is up to you, which your performance on the end screen will reflect. Along the way, you can run into cars, rocks, and guardrails that will kill your combo and force you to go back to an autosave moment on the course. I will say that the obstacles in the game are where most of my complaints about Driftwood come from. The reset to an autosave system can place you in an unrecoverable moment, which effectively kills your run. The collision doesn't seem to be the most consistent thing, because I've clipped through a few obstacles that should have knocked me down. It's a two-person team though, so I do understand bugs like that will slip through the cracks and they will take time to fix. On another note though, I do wish that I could choose to stop my combo at any moment to collect the points I've accrued. Maybe an option to accept or decline the leaves as a combo extender would work better than an end combo button, but it's really not that serious. Overall, these complaints came up from time to time, but never made me walk away from my computer or anything. Now that the gameplay has been covered on both the positives and the negatives, we can move into my favorite part of the game, which is the art and design choices. This is probably my most divisive statement of this whole video, but this game is visually beautiful to me. It's not high poly, it's not photorealistic, it's not detailed, it's none of that. So what is it? What it is that the art style of this game means none of those things matter to me. The coloring, the environments, and the atmosphere they create builds a sense of comfort and wonder while I'm playing. I want to explore and see more of the world because the artist made it so inviting. My favorite part has to be the hand-painted look of the skies. It was such a great creative choice. I truly feel immersed in the world of this longboarding sloth, as surreal as that premise is, because the art just makes me want to be in that world. I should mention that the sloth itself is my only criticism of the art style, because many of the customization items have geometry issues with the sloth, such as skin poking through where it shouldn't, but that's much more noticeable in the menus than in-game. Finally, a nice bonus of the less demanding visuals is that the game can be run on less powerful hardware. Now, whether or not the visuals add or subtract from the experience is a subjective matter, and I acknowledge that, but the audio is not something that I'll hear any slander about. The board sounds are incredibly accurate. Whether you're turning, sliding, accelerating on asphalt, dirt, wood, all of it sounds exactly how you'd hear it in real life. The music is incredible too. The vibe of the licensed tracks perfectly matches the vibe of the gameplay and visuals. There is a streamer mode for anyone planning to play this game for content. Those people would be missing out immensely. Some of the songs pop up more than I would have expected, so I do hope they can expand the track list to prevent repeating the music after playing through the whole game. And if you do really get tired of the music, you can just turn it off and put on your own. Overall though, I just love the music. It's not a long track list, but every single track is excellent for what the game's trying to do. It pairs perfectly with the mood, the gameplay, and the visual style, and I just cannot overemphasize how great that is and how much fun it makes this game to play. All in all, Driftwood is just so much fun. I achieved 100% completion in 7 hours because I could not put the controller down. I am totally fine with the short length of the game because it doesn't overstay its welcome. I also do know that the game doesn't end after 100% because it's a racing game. The game has theoretically unlimited replay value because there will always be my personal records and daily challenge leaderboards to keep chasing after. As a bonus, there's also the possibility of multiplayer sessions with lots of lobby settings to mess with, but you will either need some friends to play with you, or you'll need for the game to get more concurrent players to join public lobbies. It's $20 normally, which is relatively cheap for a game when compared to current prices. I got it on sale for full transparency, but knowing what I know now about how much I like the game, I would be willing to pay full price for a very, very good 7 hours, plus however much I revisit it. But whether you wait for sale or buy at full price, you'll be getting a great downhill longboarding game with fluid controls and an intoxicating atmosphere. If you want to watch some of my other reviews, a video will be on screen now. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.